Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a live Q&A, which I've never done before. And a couple of days ago, I was like, you know what? I feel like doing something completely different on my channel. I want to switch it up. I like to not keep things stagnant. And I thought, why not do a live Q&A where you guys can ask me anything and I'll just see in the live chat what you guys are asking me and answer any questions that you have for me about life, myself, astrology, anything, whatever you feel like, if you're interested in asking me questions. So I see we've already got some questions in the chat. Hello to everyone joining live and hello to everyone in the replay. And yeah, before we get into this fun and different live stream, I just want to mention you guys can check out all my links and offerings in the description box of this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if you really enjoy my channel, share the content that helps the channel to grow. And also this weekend coming up, tomorrow actually, from Friday, August 15th to Sunday, August 17th, I will be hosting an Astrology Level 1 course in person at Akasha's Den in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. We have in-person passes available at akashasden.com. If you go under their workshop tab, oh my goodness, workshop tab, and click Astrology Certificate Course Level 1, you can see the details to sign up there. I think you have to contact them directly either through their phone number or their email address to come join us in person. Or if you'd like to join online, my brother and Yenzi are helping me do the online streaming passes. That is available at my website, megmoonbeam.com. Click the link Astrology Level 1 and then go to this online streaming pass section where you get everything. You get unlimited replay access. Also, anyone joining in live at Akasha's Den will get unlimited replay access. You get all my personal notes. You guys, I have been going through. I have literally, I think it's hundreds of pages of my personal notes that you're going to get a part of Astrology Level 1. We go over the basics of Western astrology, basic chart interpretation. So excited to be offering that. So that's this weekend. And yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Hope you guys are all having an awesome summer out there. Let's see, what questions have we got? Tim asks, is the Earth flat? Okay, we're starting off with a doozy here. Okay, is the Earth flat? You know, what do you guys think? I'm going to answer that question with the question, what do you guys think? Let me know in the live chat. Personally, I don't feel like the Earth is flat. Now, saying that, I am a conspiracy theorist. Okay, I am a crazy Scorpio, and I have been wrong about a lot in my life, as many of us have been. There's been so much we've been lied to about the history. So I will say, I don't think it's completely flat, but I do think there's something going on that we're not aware of. I do feel like the Earth is circular. Again, I could be wrong about that. That's just my personal feelings at the moment. And it's funny, I was actually having kind of a conversation in regards to not this question specifically, but I was having lunch with some friends today, and we were talking about things that you'll never really be able to figure out in this lifetime. Like, I don't go too deep down the rabbit holes of those because for me personally, what's the point? Okay, so unless I'm going to go up physically into a rocket ship out into outer space and see if the Earth is flat, I am personally never going to really know for sure whether it's flat or not. So for me personally, I'm fascinated by it. I have friends that do think the Earth is flat. They're really into that. They explain technical things to me. I'm very ADD and creative and intuitive, so I'm not a technical person. So a lot of that kind of goes in one ear, out the other. So, I mean, it could be. But yeah, Nancy is saying, I agree, Meg. What difference does it make? I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to find out whether that's in this lifetime, whether that's when we die. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Tim. Thank you. Joe says, hi, Meg. Do you think we are close to seeing the banking system go down publicly before the end of this year? Thanks. Whoa, that's another really big loaded question. Well, are we close to seeing the banking system go down publicly before the end of this year? I think it is definitely an astrological possibility, okay? Because when we get into, I think it's November. Is it November? I can check. The planet Uranus is going to retrograde back into Taurus. Taurus rules money, the financial system. Uranus is at his weakest position in Taurus. Let me just check here before I actually say this for sure. When does Uranus go back into... Yeah, November 7th, Uranus goes back into Taurus until April 26, 2026. So, I mean, Uranus and Taurus, Pluto and Aquarius, these are markers showing there could be a very big banking collapse. Now, in saying that, there are a lot of really positive aspects going on at the same time between all the outer planets, I think very much divinely supporting us. So I don't really resonate with that we're going to have this banking system crash and everything's going to go to shit. I think there's obviously changes in the financial system that are going to be happening with Pluto and Aquarius, with that entering the age of Aquarius. And I think we're going to get through it maybe a lot easier than we might expect. So yes, I do think it is a possibility, Joe. Debinski says, do you have a favorite crystal? Do I have one favorite crystal? I have a lot of favorite crystals. Sunny just made me, try not to hit my microphone here. Well, Sunny just recently made this new crystal juju. Sunny is my partner. We own the scorplingshop.com together. And she makes these handmade, she calls them crystal jujus. And she made this one recently with a kunzite in it. And we were doing a crystal live sale the other day. And I was like, I love that juju. I want that juju. So I love kunzite. I like the really high vibe crystals like kunzite, moldavite, of course, Libyan desert glass. I love amethyst. I love fluorite. I've got a fluorite with me right now. I'm like a crazy crystal lady with Sunny, Rockhound. So I have a lot, Devinsky, but I think my go-tos are kunzite, fluorite, moldavite, amethyst. What else? I have like tons of crystals around me all the time, but those are some of my favorites. Infinitely asks, hi, Meg, what's up with Trump and Putin tomorrow? Will their meeting be successful? Well, I've heard about that. I haven't really been keeping up with the Trump-Putin thing the past few days very closely, but I do feel like there could actually be a peace deal being made. I think that their meeting could actually result in a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, because we just had beautiful, beautiful astrological aspect this past week, which we're in the influence of this week and actually for the whole next year, which is we just had Venus and Jupiter conjunct in the sign of Cancer together at the same time, conjunct the fixed star Sirius. Venus and Jupiter are two of the benefic planets that are about blessings, positive upliftment, peace. Venus rules peace deals and contracts in the sign of Cancer, which rules countries. So there's actually very good astrology for, I think we could finally see a peace deal possibly from that meeting. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Shauna says, love Sunny's jujus. That kunzite one looks gorgeous on you, Meg. So gorgeous on you, Meg. Oh, thank you so much, Shauna. Yeah, I love it. It's black and pink. It's very punk rock, and I love those colors together. I'm lucky that I've got Sunny as my best friend. I've got lots of different jujus. And if you guys want to check, if you guys are like, what the hell is a juju? What is Meg talking about? Sunny, my best friend and business partner and creative soulmate, we own the Scorpling shop together. It's a crystal and astrology and apparel boutique. And part of it, if you go under the jewelry section, you can see Sunny's handmade crystal juju. Okay, so at the moment, there's only one available on the website because they're very time consuming for her to make. And it's sunflower Lemurian quartz juju. So that's one that she's got available right now. I know that she's going to be making some more soon that will be available over on the site as well. Yeah, Shauna, I love her jujus as well. Diana asks, how does the sun, rising, and moon signs relate when reading your horoscope? Okay, wait, let me ask that. Let me read that one more time. I'm a little bit dyslexic, you guys, so sometimes I have to read things more than once. How does the sun, rising, and moon signs relate when you're reading a horoscope? Okay, so I think I understand your question. So if you're going to be reading a horoscope or listening to an astrology forecast, you're actually going to want to listen to your sun, your rising, and your moon, because these are three of the most important placements describing you, your core parts in this lifetime through your astrology. You actually want to be listening to your rising sign first and foremost, because the rising sign, and it's a little bit technical, you guys, I don't want to confuse anybody, but the rising sign actually determines the house placements and where the planets are actually transiting over your chart. So you definitely want to listen to rising sign first and foremost, sun sign second most, and also the moon sign. So I would say you listen to all three. I hope that answers your question, Diana. And yeah, just to do a little bit of a recap for those of you who don't know, the sun is, in my personal astrological opinion, and different astrologers work differently, but to me, the sun is the most important placement describing you in this lifetime, describing your personality, describing your life force, describing your consciousness, where you're at the soul level. Your moon is your private self, your emotional needs, your family of origin, your relationship with your mother, your natural intuitive abilities as well. And then the rising sign is the due east horizon position at the moment that you were born, from our Earth's perspective, from where you were born. And the rising represents how we physically look, gifts and talents that we have to share with the world, but it's more of an outer exterior. Now, I was joking about this the other day with someone yesterday, because I am a Scorpio sun, Capricorn moon, and I have a Taurus rising. And I get kind of like mixed reviews from people, mixed feedback from people. Some people tell me like they really feel my Taurus rising and they're like, oh my God, I feel so calm around you. You're so relaxing. You've got such a calming energy. Then I'll get the reverse, where some people are really picking up on my Scorpio, and some people tell me I'm like the most intense person they've ever met in their life, or I'm very triggering, or they don't like me, or they think I have a negative, evil energy. But usually I hear the Taurus part, which is my rising. That's the outer exterior, which is part of me. But when you really get to know a person, well, like if you guys really got to know me personally, you would see I'm a Scorpio. Okay, I'm a crazy, moody, dark fascination, spooky, ooky Scorpio with my moon in Capricorn, definitely. So yeah, there's a lot of different layers to the astrology. I hope that answered your question. What is Sunny saying? Sunny says, do Scorpio sun, Capricorn moon, and Taurus rising like spaghetti with butter and garlic? And if so, would someone with those placements want to eat that on the eve of August 14th? Yes, Sunny. Sunny is actually at the grocery store right now. She is with me at the moment, but she's at the grocery store. Yes, I would like some pasta if you're going to make some this evening with butter and garlic. That sounds very good. Thank you, Sunny. I'm very lucky to have an Italian best friend. Sunny is a very, very good cook. Sunny, we've got someone asking about juju. Well, some people asking about jujus in the chat. Let us know what juju you're working on at the moment so I can give you a little shout out. In Gen New says, you do a lot of traveling. What astrological aspects do you consider when planning a flight? That's a good question, Jen. I think your name is Jen. What astrological aspects do I consider? Okay, well, definitely, first and foremost, is there a Mercury retrograde? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I travel during a Mercury retrograde, it is a shit show and a half. So I try my best not to travel during a Mercury retrograde. If I absolutely have to, I'm double checking, triple checking everything. But then, even then, you know that there's probably going to be some delays or there might be a bag missing. Or one time, Sunny and I, was this 2 years ago, Sunny? Or 3 years ago? 2 years ago, Sunny and I traveled during a Mercury retrograde and we were in New Orleans and Memphis. And in one trip, we had 2 cars break down in one trip. First car, we drove from New Orleans to Memphis in the middle of the summer, and the air conditioning didn't work in the car, and we were freaking dying. And then when we got to Memphis, we picked up Sunny's mom from the airport. Shout out Francis. And I think it was like the first or the second day we had the car. The car broke down on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and it was like sketchy in that area, and we were out in the side of the road. So Mercury retrograde, I check that first and foremost. What else do I consider? That's the main thing. I'll also look at my transits if I've got anything really adverse going on with my sun or the moon or Mars or the rising. Those have a lot to do with our health. I won't try not to travel if there's something like that going on. But I do travel a lot in Gen New. So sometimes shit happens and it is a Mercury retrograde or there is a bad transit and we just go with it. I've got my North Node in Sagittarius, Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius, and a 9th house stellium. So it's part of my purpose to be traveling in this lifetime, whether there's a good transit or not. Sunny says she's making glow-in-the-dark petroleum quartz juju coming up. More kunzite, that's what I'm wearing right now. Peridot and aquas. Yay, we are excited to see your new juju, Sunny. Okay, good questions, you guys. Linda, what if you have your moon and rising in the same sign? Well, yeah, a lot of people have that. My dad is a triple Capricorn. My sister is a triple Virgo. So I know 2 people close to me with their moon and rising in the same sign. And to me, what that means is obviously the meanings of what those placements mean in that sign, but people really have the energy of that particular sign. It's like very, very amplified. And when you came into this life, like I said, I have a lot of Sagittarius and stuff in the 9th house, which is, Sagittarius, Jupiter, you've come here for specific experiences. You've come here for specific reasons. If you've got a lot in the same sign or the same area of the chart. Javinsky says, when are you going back to Belgium? Jens looks lonely. LOL teehee. Yeah, well, actually, I am so freaking excited. Yeah, I do not like to be separated from Jens. We miss each other very much. We've been almost separated for a month. We're like in between Belgium and Canada right now as we're sorting out our new place to live. I'll be back in Belgium end of August with Sunny, my best friend, and her partner, Dan, who's my close friend as well. We are going to be in Belgium together. And also, I won't give too much away, but we are going to be doing a lot more. Well, I guess I will give something away. We're going to be doing a lot more paranormal content coming up. So we're going to be in Belgium, England, and Scotland in September doing a lot of paranormal, all kinds of content, but a lot of paranormal, as well as the astrology. You guys, I'm always going to do the astrology. I'm a professional astrologer, okay, but I am going to be doing more paranormal investigations as well. So I won't say the specific places, which is really hard for me not to say because I'm really bad at keeping surprises, but stay tuned for some very cool content coming out. And if you guys are spooky, ooky, paranormal lovers like us, we're going to have some really cool stuff coming up. MJ, hello. Yes, all 4 of us in Belgium. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. What else have we got? What else have we got? But Yenzi's got the cats keeping him company. He's got really good friends and family. So it's not fun to be separated, but he's not completely alone. Kay Saws says, any more recent updates on the Canada situation? I'm going to be doing a video coming up specifically on the Canada situation. So stay tuned for that, you guys. It's absolutely crazy in Canada. I need to get glasses. I think it's hard for me to read these comments. Gay Royal says, what is your opinion on asteroid placements / aspects in a natal chart? Okay, so I'm assuming, Gay, that you're meaning asteroid placements and asteroid aspects. Asteroids definitely have significance. I totally believe in asteroid astrology. For me personally, unless the asteroids are like in a major conjunction or a major aspect or an angular house, there's many readings I do where we don't talk about asteroids. Not because I don't want to, just because I don't think it's as big of an influence as some of the other major placements, if they're not in a prominent position. But the asteroids they do have meaning. I do like working with them. It's kind of different person to person. That's a hard one. Green-Eyed Crow says, Meg, do you see a trend of birth times and other family members connecting or having the same signs in different placements? I definitely do see that as a trend for sure. I do see a lot. People will have like a sun, moon, or rising sign that's the son of the mother or the father. That is something that I do see quite regularly, which is really interesting. Infinitely, what would be a morning ritual to start a positive and successful day, please and thank you? I would say, what do you like to do that raises your vibration? Okay, something that I've learned is just because other people might be meditating for an hour when they wake up, as soon as they wake up, doesn't mean that's necessarily what we all have to be doing. So for me personally, when I wake up in the morning, I like to move my energy, and that's what makes me feel good, and that's what raises my vibration. So I like to get up, I like to walk around, maybe I'll dance around, maybe I'll go for a walk, do some stretching, move my body. Every morning when I wake up, personally, I say thank you. Thank you for this day. If I have prayers that I want to say, I'll say that in the morning too. I like to do things that raise the energy, that actually raise your energy and make you feel good, and not something that is a trend that everybody's doing that actually makes you feel like poop. So, not to say that meditation makes me feel like poop, but right early in the morning, I would rather be moving my body. That's me personally. Let's see. Davinsky, do you believe someone can put a curse on you? Yes, I do believe somebody can put a curse on you, but I think that curses have as much of a influence as we allow them to have. I do think that people can be more vulnerable to psychic attack from people that we've been very, very close with, rather than complete strangers, because there's like energetic cords there. So I do think it's possible, but I think that it has as much of an effect as we let it have an effect. Sovereign Soul Sam, hello, says, Meg, where would you find where you're best to plant your long-term roots, please? That's a very good question. Again, I would say, is there a certain place that you're feeling drawn to? That's just in general. Also, in your personal astrology, look at your moon sign, look at your fourth house, the sign ruling your fourth house. What are landscapes, countries ruling, ruled by those signs? Those can be really good places to plant your roots. Also, if you want to look at astrocartography, where's places that you have really good lines and aspects going on. Sunny says, should I start cooking now or in a while? LOL, sorry. Well, Sunny, I know you're hungry right now. I didn't even hear you come in the house. Are you in the house right now? I don't even know. Are you here right now? I'm in my office. I haven't heard the door open, so I've been kind of zoned in on this. But if you want to start cooking, you can start cooking. I'm not super hungry. Do whatever you feel like. Oh, cool. We've got Utah in the house. Utah in the house, UK in the house. Eric J, how do you get rid of bad spirits that were put upon you? Yeah, so again, the most important thing when it comes to curses, evil eye, things being put on you is you taking back your power and standing in your energy of saying no. Right? So we have the power. I've got the power. I'm hearing that song. You have the power, Eric. We all have the power, everyone, to at any moment say anything that has ever been put on me negatively, whether that's an energy, a spirit, a bad intention, something that we have allowed into our field that isn't for our highest good. I release that now. I like to say I call upon my soul appointed guides and ancestors and higher self you have permission to remove anything that is not of loving intention from my auric field. So that's what I would do first and foremost, is just repeat that over and over and over again. I also like to work with sage. I also like to work with essential oils, crystals. There's lots of tools that you can use to remove negative energies or bad spirits, like you're saying, Eric. But the most important thing is your intention, and actually saying no. Right? There's sometimes where I will get like a really creepy feeling, like there's something trying to watch me in the etheric realm. And as soon as I feel that, I just say, nope, not allowed. You're not allowed. Get away from me, please. And then I always feel it going away because it doesn't have permission. What are your thoughts about alcohol? Do you drink? I do drink socially. What are my thoughts about alcohol? I think it can be something really beautiful and sacred, and it can also be something really dark. It depends on how you use it. I do it in moderation. I do it in moderation. Daisy says, hi, Meg, could you do a chart on Candace Owens? That's a really good idea. I would love to look a chart on Candace Owens. I will put that in my queue. Tammy says, Meg, I have so many geodes on my property. I have been cracking them open and charging them, but not sure what the best plan for them is. Like so many hundreds. Oh my gosh, Tammy. Well, I wonder if you've ever asked the geodes why you're cracking them open and what they want you to do with them. Maybe if you ask them, if you haven't done this already, you might get an answer through your feeling, through your knowing, through your seeing, through even your dream time. Sway says, I relocated permanently to Australia in the 70s, but was born in France. How does that affect my natal placements now? Well, your birth chart, your natal chart is always the same. It never changes. So, the moment that you were born, as above, so below, what was going on cosmically and the energy that got imprinted when we took our first breath. So our birth chart is always our birth chart. It never changes. But there is a kind of locational astrology chart. Let me see if I can actually show this to you guys because this is kind of cool. There is a kind of astrology chart that you can do where, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. I think it's called, what's it called? Relocation chart. That's what it is. So let me show this to you guys because this is really cool. So the birth chart never changes, but there is an astrological method called relocation charts where you change the location of your birth chart to where you're living now, Sway. So if you ever did a relocation chart, you might be able to do one for free online, or if you have a astrology program, I use Astrogold. You can do it there. So let me show you guys this as an example, because this is kind of fun. This is a really good question. So this is my birth chart, and I was born in Toronto. If I change it, and there's a tab you guys can't see here, but if I change it to where I'm going to be living, which is outside of Calgary, I'm not going to put the exact town, but let's say just Calgary, calculate, look at how it changes the chart. So my birth chart doesn't change, but in a relocation chart, it's like an extra layer of influence of what it's going to be like for me, how I'm even going to be in that place. So interesting that when I'm in Alberta, living there, it's going to be a Pisces. I'm always a Taurus rising. I'm always a moon in Capricorn. I'm always a Scorpio. I've always got my thing. Okay. But there will be a Pisces rising influence. There will be a moon in the 10th house influence, Uranus in the 11th house influence, Saturn in the 12th house. Screw that. Okay. Well, there's some really cool things. And then there's also some things that are challenging about that. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Really cool to look at relocation charts, Sway. Maybe you want to check that out. And I'm just seeing some questions in the chat are like personal questions that people are asking. You guys want me to look at your chart or use cards. I'm not answering any personal questions about anyone, just inviting you guys to ask me questions about myself, life, astrology, whatever the heck. Whatever the heck. What have we got? Wow, that's a deep one. Larry says, can I respect others without respecting myself? That's so crazy because this is also something that I was kind of having a conversation about earlier today. I don't think you can truly respect others unless you truly respect yourself. That's me personally. Let me know what you guys think. How are we going to be able to respect others if you don't respect yourself? We are the base. You are the anchor, right? So if you're not anchored and you're not respecting yourself, you're not going to be respecting others. And that's something really important to pay attention to in relationships. The people that you have around you, how are they treating themselves? Right? Do they love themselves? Do they respect themselves? Because that's how they're going to treat others. That was a good question. Woo! Jackson says, best ways to heal inner child. Still work to do at 64. Best ways to heal inner child. Well, I really like to do, if I ever feel like I need to connect to my middle child, my inner child, I will personally put on some relaxing music. Maybe I'll listen to a inner child guided meditation. But I'll go into a meditative state and I will visualize myself with my inner child, and I will talk to my inner child and ask her what she needs. Right? So one of the best ways to heal the inner child is to connect with it, whether you're seeing it intuitively, feeling it, knowing that it's there, and ask your inner child what it needs. Right? That's one of the, and you get very straight up answers when you do that. And it's very healing to do that. Also, other ways to heal your inner child. what does your inner child love to do? What did you love to do as a child? And are you doing any of those things anymore? Or are you completely disconnected from your natural self and what you like to do? Those are some ways that I would suggest. Britt says, "Hi, Meg. Just wanted to say thanks for all your content. I'm a replay viewer and I feel like you're a friend that mentally preps me for my week. You're the best. Love you." Aw, Britt, that's so sweet. Well, I love you too. And I'm very happy that we're friends. We're all friends, all of us in this community, and that you enjoy my content. That means a lot to me that you guys resonate with what I'm putting out there. You're taking out what I'm throwing out. So that really resonates a lot and I love you guys. And it's funny, on channels and stuff that I like, I'm not a big commenter. I'm not like I never comment. So there's some of you guys that a lot of you guys are like in a lot of my videos and in the live stream or in the comments below, which is really, really cool. I'm not like, for whatever reason, I'm not a big, I like barely comment on the stuff that I like. That's just me. I appreciate you guys that give me the feedback and do comment. Maybe I need to comment more. Maybe I'm being too much of a Scorpio there. Yes, Linda, we are family. That's for sure. Eagle Hilton, tips on letting go. Oh my God, that is a big one. Tips on letting go. Some things take time, right? We can do all the letting go work, all the meditations, all the practices, all that stuff, say all the affirmations. Some shit just takes time to let go. Some situations hurt for a long time and they're deep. So I feel like tips on letting go is being gentle with yourself in the letting go. And in the collective, we're doing so much letting go right now that it's hard while we're processing our day-to-days, while we're trying to do our best. So I would say just, yeah, Sovereign Soul Sam says, this too shall fucking pass. Yeah, just one step at a time, one day at a time. Be gentle with yourself. If there's something really big you're letting go, be gentle with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And just take it one step at a time, because you will be able to eventually be in a place where maybe you're not even thinking about the thing that bothers you anymore. You're just in that, you're past that letting go. So that was a good question. Nancy says, if wearing sunglasses, or some have cataract surgery, so not 100% real eye, does it keep sunlight codes coming into us? Pull a card. Well, I don't think I need to pull a card for that one, because that's a big fat yes. Okay. And I wear sunglasses sometimes. I'm not one of those people like, never wear your sunglasses. Okay, sometimes you need freaking sunglasses. If you're driving in the desert and it's like really, really sunny outside and you've got the reflection from the window, sometimes you need some freaking sunglasses to drive properly. But yeah, no, like wearing sunglasses all the time, not really a good thing, because yeah, Nancy, you're right. We get light codes from the sun. The sun gives us energy through our skin, through our eyes, through our auric field. So I try my best to like only wear sunglasses when I'm absolutely feeling like I need to wear sunglasses. I find sunglasses also helps me to protect my energy too. I don't know, that might sound weird, but yeah, it's the sun codes are very important, and we need to be spending time being not with our sunglasses on, outside, sunbathing, sun gazing in healthy ways, definitely. Hermano, this is a funny one. Hermano says, Madame Meg. Ooh, I like that. What do you do when shit is hitting the fan on all fronts? What do you do when shit is hitting the fan on all fronts? Surrender. Surrender. When I have moments where shit's hitting the fan on all fronts, I stop and I ask the universe, what the fuck is going on and what do you want me to know? Okay. Is this just some crazy ass transits? Then I'll take a look at my transits. Okay. Is this just some crazy ass transits right now? Or sometimes, if a lot of shit is hitting the fan at the same time, it is the universe telling us to stop. Does that resonate with you guys? Because that's my personal experience. If a lot of shit, sometimes there's just transits and there's weird phases of life. Okay. Like when you're in your Saturn return, or you got a really gnarly transit, right? But sometimes, if a lot of stuff is going wrong at the same time, it's the universe trying to tell you, stop in your tracks, something is not in alignment. And then we need to tune into what that is. Tammy says, shut the fan off. LOL. Yeah. Green Eyed Crow says, I was just talking to my husband about how he needs at least 20 to 30 minutes of natural sunlight a day. Filters blood, try to do it while grounding. Yeah, I try my best to do it also while grounding barefoot outside. I've been in Southern Ontario, Canada since around the summer solstice. And this is the hottest summer we have ever had. There's definitely, I'm on YouTube, so I got to be mindful of what I'm saying, but there's definitely some funny business going on with the weather because it's so hot. It's not normal. So I've been actually finding it kind of challenging spending a lot of time outside in the sun just because it's so hot here in Southern Ontario at the moment. But I do try to do grounding, excuse me, earthing, being barefoot every day, getting that sunlight. So, so important. Let's see, what else have we got? Chrissy says, I was deaf, not in alignment in 2020. Whoa, that dark night of the soul can last a few years. LOL. Yeah, that's hard. The dark night of the soul, that is hard. Sometimes when you're in it, it can feel like it's never going to end. Is there a light at the end of this tunnel? But you guys, there's all phases of life. Everything is a season. Everything is a phase. So if you are in one of those really, challenging times or even a dark night of the soul, just keep going, keep swimming, like they say in Finding Nemo, because nothing lasts forever. Lisa says, Meg, I also love you and have followed you since 2020. You feel like family. Lisa, that is very sweet. Well, I think we are family. I hope you guys don't mind me saying that. I think we are soul family, and I love you too. I love all you guys so much. Sam says, feels like they sprayed cocaine in the air and turned the heat up. LOL. It really does in UK anyway. People are violent AF. Wow, that's interesting. Oh my goodness. Yeah, crazy, crazy energies going on right now. Linda says, it is a hot summer everywhere. We have way more rain in Augusta, Georgia, more than in any other year since 1999 when I moved here. Wow. Yeah, we've been having, I could be wrong, but I don't think we've been having a lot of rain here. It's been freaking hot, you guys. It is so hot here. Taryn says, what impact do retrograde planets like retrograde City have on the natal chart? That's a really good question. And different people say different things. A lot of people who are actually really, really highly intelligent and gifted have a lot of planets retrograde in their chart. I do feel like if people are born with a lot of planets retrograde, there is a lot that they are processing through in this lifetime from the past that's being cleared up. I do think that people who have a lot of retrograde planets have the gift of, what's the opposite of prophecy, you guys? Prophecy is seeing into the future. What's going back into the past? I'm having a brain fart at that. Like people that have a lot of retrograde planets, retrograde is about the past, review, reflection. So people are actually really psychic with a lot of retrograde planets, I've noticed. Sunny says natal Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Yeah, past seer people. That's right. People you can see into the past. Definitely very, very psychic people that have retrograde placements or a lot retrograde. Definitely. Fancy Pants says, Meg, I love your name. Meg, I'm one of your longtime rewind watchers too. My fave is to be in an Epsom salt or magnesium bath, soaking away, speakers jacked up, listening to my Meg. Oh, well, that's so sweet. I love baths too. I might actually take a bath this evening. And thank you so much, Fancy Pants, for your support. I love you guys very much. That's awesome. I'm feeling a lot of love in the chat. This is awesome. Oh, wow. Taryn says, yeah, I got like Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, North Node, Mars, all retrograde. Well, the nodes move backwards compared to the other planets, but they don't go retrograde. So, whoa. So you're saying that you have 4 planets retrograde. That's wild. You must be really, really perceptive and intuitive, and maybe do you guys who have a lot of retrograde planets, do you guys feel connected to other time periods very strongly? I'm curious. Let me know. Sunny says baths and pasta tonight. Yum, that sounds good. We just ate, but yeah, Sunny's making some pasta again. Chrissy says, Mercury in retrograde messed me up so bad today. I'm a teacher and missed the first day of school today because I thought my online started the same as my day. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Chrissy. The retrograde, I've been feeling it this week too. We're out of the retrograde now, but we're still in the post-shadow period. It's been absolutely nuts. Linvis Canvas says, Meg, what stage of Scorpio are you? Scorpion, Eagle, or Phoenix? Love your insight. Yes, time travel through dreams. Very, very cool. Well, that is a very good question. What type of Scorpio am I? And I always say that in my astrology classes. The key to unlocking and understanding Scorpio is that there's 3 different kinds of Scorpio. Not every Scorpio is the same. Not everybody in any sign is the same. But the thing about Scorpios, which is the most intense sign and does rule the dark side of life, Scorpios are either in their scorpion, which we can also call the snake, which is you're in the dark side of life. You're in the darkness. You've gone into temptation and maybe addiction and obsession, and you're into some dark stuff, right? Then there's the Phoenix, which is the Scorpio that is embraced their healing journey, that is starting to work on themselves. And then there's the Eagle, which is the master Scorpio. And I feel like Eagle Scorpios are really rare. So for me personally, I would say I'm in my Phoenix. I would say I'm a Phoenix Scorpio. I try my best as a Scorpio with also Pluto and Scorpio. So shout out to all my Pluto and Scorpio generation, born in the 80s going into the 90s, because we have Pluto at home in Scorpio. So all Scorpios with Pluto and Scorpio were like even more intense Scorpios. So, you know, I am honest about being a Scorpio. It's challenging. Every Scorpio has gone through multiple dark nights of the souls and transformations and very intense life experiences. And there is temptation when you're a Scorpio to the dark side of life, whether that is, I mean, you know, whatever dark side tendencies there can be, obsession, jealousy, the dark arts, addictions, substances, sex, crazy fantasies, just crazy weird stuff. So there's always, when you're a Scorpio, there's always a fascination to the dark side, right? And there's always weird obsessions that we have and temptations that we have. And any Scorpio telling you that there isn't, they're lying, in my personal opinion. Okay, so we're very intense, we're very obsessive, we're very attached to what we're into, we're obsessed about things. We're fascinated by the dark side of life. We're fascinated by psychology. We're also fascinated by self-sabotage, which may sound really fucked up, but we're the sign that rules self-sabotage. So it's really hard to get into that eagle phase because most Scorpios tend to do things that are self-sabotaging until they're like fully healed. But we're never really fully healed. But yeah, I would say I'm a phoenix. I've risen out of. I've definitely been in the snake. I've definitely been in the snake, 100%. But now I'm a phoenix, for sure. So very good question. I should do a whole video just on that. Peter says, Meg, do you have any insight to Nova Scotia restrictions related to the Knights Templar, Ark of the Covenant, Holy Grail, Hidden Treasure? Peter, I'm going to star your comment and say that because I saw somebody else post that in one of my other videos the other day, and then I forgot about it. I'm going to look into it, okay? Because obviously there's some funny business going on. We do know that there's climate lockdowns that the New World Order is trying to do. But also, I'm sure many of you guys know Nova Scotia is home to, what is that place called? What is that place called, you guys? That island, Oak Island, right? Nova Scotia, there's a lot of very sacred things going on there. So maybe there could be something crazy going on. Who knows, right? Who frickin' knows? I'm going to look more into it, Peter. Thank you for your comment. Linda says, does this apply to Scorpio rising and moon? That's a good question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, but most significantly for Scorpio suns. Scorpio suns are either a snake, a phoenix, or an eagle. The risings and the moon, they also have that. They also have that. So you can also look at Scorpio moon people or Scorpio rising people and go, okay, like the moon, are they emotionally, right? Is their inner world, private life emotionally snake, phoenix, eagle? Rising is how the Scorpio rising presenting themselves in their snake, in their phoenix, or their eagle. Are they honoring their physical body? So yeah, you could look at it that way, for sure. Lisa says, you made me cry when you read my comment and said, you feel like we are all family. That brings me joy because I don't have a lot of people in my life that I resonate with other than you and Beyond Mystic. Well, I genuinely mean that. Lisa, I do feel that we're star soul family, everyone like-minded right now. And we came here on a divine mission and we're literally freaking soul family. So I love you guys, and I hope that I do a good job in supporting you all through the astrology and the mysticism and all my crazy weirdness. That's what I came here to do. So I hope I'm doing that, and it makes me feel really good when I see your positive comments and feedback. Jan says, Meg, when is a good time to purchase a new car? Should we be concerned about any other placements being retrograde or just Mercury? That's a really good question. When's a good time? That's funny because Coco was asking me that the other day. She was like, when's the best time? Or the other month, when's the best time for me to get a new car? Cars are ruled by Mercury and the third astrological house. So the absolute best time to purchase a new car is when you've got positive aspects happening to your natal Mercury or positive transits through your natal third house. Another good time just in general for all of us would be something like a new moon in Gemini that's well aspected during Sun in Gemini season. Uranus is in Gemini right now, which is funny. I said to Meg the other day, I was like, to Sunny, what am I talking about? I said to Sunny the other day, yeah, when we move to Alberta and I have to get a car, I'm probably just going to get some random ass older car, because with Uranus and Gemini, you guys, there's going to be totally new innovation and inventions to cars. And yes, we have the electric cars, but I'm not even talking about electric cars. So I would just say be mindful, you guys, with Uranus and Gemini. If you're like, do whatever resonates with you, but if you're buying a new car right now that's completely new and it is a really big financial responsibility and maybe even like a financial risk for you, there's going to be within the next few years, like within the next 1, 2, 3 years, cars are completely going to change. Again, I'm not talking about electric cars. There will be complete new innovation in short distance travel. Uranus innovation in Gemini. So, you know, do what you feel, but I'm holding out for a really like sick, cool car until I know what this Uranus and Gemini is about to bring, because I think there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. Oh, Sunny says, you have the Scorpling Shop logo on your video, by the way. Okay, that's fine. I guess I'm supposed to have it there today. Sunny says, I got a car during Gemini season when Jupiter entered Cancer, trining my Venus. That's right. Linda says, you're talking gravity resistance cars. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but there's totally new cars coming forward. There's totally new, even vehicles, different transportation devices that are going to be coming forward. So this Uranus and Gemini, this is really exciting times to be alive. Laura says, when is the next astrological event? What is the next astrological event? Well, there's astrological events happening all the time, but I guess the next really big one, would be the eclipse season that we are having in September. So full moon lunar eclipse, September 7th in Pisces, new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, September 21st. Even technically, I would say by the beginning of next week. So I would say by August 18th, Monday, August 18th, we're entering eclipse season. The 2-3 weeks before an eclipse, the 2 weeks in between, and the 3 weeks after is an eclipse season. So we're entering that. I'm going to be talking about that more in my calendar, in my channel. I can't even talk, you guys. Anna, hello. Anne says, apparently you should buy a new car in the next month before tariffs go up. Oh, yikes. Maybe I'll have to get my car sooner than I thought. Thank you for saying that, Anne. Okay, guys, I think we'll do 5 more minutes. Any last questions? Anybody got any burning questions, comments, queries? Put them in the live chat. This is fun. I should do Q&As more often. Do you guys think I should do Q&As more often? Let me know. Hermano says, I hope I survive August. LOL. You will thrive throughout August. You will thrive. Chrissy, what does the Taurus rising like to eat? Favorite food? Oh my God. If Jens saw your question right now, he would laugh his ass off, because Tauruses, Chrissy, we will eat anything that's good. Anything that is good. Okay. I like a good steak. I like good desserts. I like good bread. I like good pizza. I like all kinds of cuisine, all the food. Yes, Prissy, all the food. As long as it's good, I like good quality. I'm a diva about my quality. I like organic. I like local. I'm like, Taurus placements, we're divas. We're divas when it comes to that stuff. Which isn't really being a diva, which is weird because it's natural, but I love I love chocolate. I love coffee. I love food. I love it. It's really hard for me to do cleanses. That's how much I love food. Doesn't everybody love food? I've met some people that don't really care about food, and that really trips me out. Is there anybody like that in the chat? Laura says, tell us about your first performance in a band. Oh my God. I can't even remember what that was. I started being in bands when I was like 12 years old. And then from when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, I was high every single day. Okay, my mom, hopefully she's not listening to this. She knows, hopefully my parents don't hear this. They know this, but when I was in my snaky scorpion phase, I was high and or drunk every single day for like 4 to 5 years. So I feel like that's kind of affected my memory a little bit, because when I look back, I don't even know what the first performance I did in a band was. Probably somewhere in Toronto. Um, I've been in a few different bands. I want to be doing more music, that's for sure. That's going to be coming up. I'm definitely going to be playing more music. But my first, I think it was Toronto. It might have even been a place called the Reverb, which is closed now on Queen Street. But I've done musicals. I've been in like musical theater troupes ever since I was a kid. So I don't even remember the first time I was on stage. It's been a long time since that first time. But yeah, I went through, when I was a teenager, I fucking tuned out, you guys. I was so high from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. Life really tripped me out when I was a teenager. You know, you get out of your inner child, you're coming into your own, and the world tripped me out. And Sunny was the first person that I ever met in my life when I was, I think, 16 years old, that was like me. Before that, I didn't have anybody really like me. So things were really trippy, and I got high to tune out because the world freaked me out. The Matrix freaked me out. Not being able to have deep conversations with people freaked me out. People not wanting to talk about death freaked me out. So I just freaking got stoned, listened to music, played music, and I don't know what I would have done without it, which sounds kind of messed up, but that's my journey. It kind of got me to where I am now. And then I had like a crazy spiritual experience when I was 18 years old, where I was high one day and my heart started beating out of my chest. I could visibly see my heart beating out of my chest. And I was with a friend at the time called Sydney. And it was really weird. I wasn't freaked out. I was just having this experience where Sydney was like, Meg, I can see your heart beating out of your chest. And then I was high and I looked in a bathroom and I could see it. And ever since that day, I have not felt the need to smoke weed or to get extremely like baked. So I feel like there was some kind of spiritual upgrade or something that happened where spirit was like, you need to cut this out. Like, this has served you. You can't be like high every moment of your life. So yeah, you guys know I like to keep it real. I'm honest. And sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I'm like, it would be really nice to just be freaking, stoned right now. But I'm not, I don't know. I'm just not, I don't have that feeling. I used to wake up in the morning and the first thing I thought of was, I need to get high right now. That was my first thought. And that would be my last thought. So now I'm like, well, it's fun. It's fun to listen to music. It's fun to drive high and stuff like that. But it's different. I don't have that. Something left me. Something happened energetically. I'm convinced of that. I really feel that. When I was 18, something happened to me. I think spirit did something where that desire left so that I could be here and I think do what I need to do. So, yeah. Hi, Carol. Thank you. You say, look you now, beautiful woman, wise woman. Aw, thank you. I try my best. Love you guys. Britt says, dude, literally almost the exact same thing happened to me. That's weird. Really? That's freaking weird. One time I had a spiritual psychotherapist that I saw on a regular basis. And when I told her that, she said that she felt like my heart chakra got activated or something. My Christ consciousness got activated, and spirit raised my vibration into a place where I didn't feel the need to like get high anymore. I don't know. That resonated with me when she said it. Definitely something spiritual went on, because to go from literally all day, every day needing to be high to I absolutely have not had that desire at all since that age. To me, that's spiritual. To me, that's something beyond me. So interesting. Chrissy says, that's how I feel about alcohol. Thank you for sharing your story. Yeah. Britt says, smoke pot daily for almost 18 years. And then just one day, my body was done and made it very clear. Yeah. Isn't it weird? It's so weird. And you're not grounded. That's the thing. I know, okay, everybody's different. Some people can smoke weed every day and like do everything they need to do. I was definitely not grounded, and I was definitely doing it to tune out, to just totally tune out. Thank you, Diana. So that's kind of a Scorpio intense place to finish off. Is that where I should finish off? Or does anybody else have any other questions or anything? That's life though, right? Like it's weird being here in a physical body. It's a blessing, it's magical, it's amazing, but it's also weird, and it's also challenging and can be hard, especially in this world that, coming out of the age of Pisces, right? Age of illusion, age of deception, coming back into a light age. Hasn't been easy for all of us, right? We've all had our different ways of coping with it. Laura says, these are the moments we need to share. Definitely. So yeah, I think I'll end it on that little bit of an intense note. Thank you guys so much. I think I should do this more often. This is fun to do a live Q&A. And yeah, shout out to Sunny. She's been in the chat this entire time. And she's got that one juju available on the Scorpling shop right now, the Lemurian, what was it called? Sunflower Lemurian Quartz Juju. And there's more jujus to come. As Sunny said, we've got our Jupiter and Cancer collection available on the Scorpling shop. Blessings, unlock the blessings of this astrological transit with our intuitively handpicked charms that come with a mineral information and affirmation card. That's over at thescorplingshop.com. And we've got really cool stuff coming up on thescorplingshop.com. And this upcoming weekend, I'm going to be hosting Astrology Level 1 in person at Akasha's Den in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. If you'd like to check that out, there are some in-person spaces still available. You can go to akashasden.com and then press workshops and then press Astrology Level 1, and the sign-up details are there. That's starting tomorrow, you guys. There's also online streaming passes available. If you go to my website, megmoonbeam.com, and the top tab, click on that, Astrology Level 1, and yeah, online streaming passes. And whether you join in person or online, you'll get access to all my personal notes, unlimited replay. What else? Yeah, we're going to go through the foundations of Western astrology. I'm so excited. I'm so passionate about it. I feel really blessed to be able to share this information for those that feel called. So yeah, all the links for that are in the description box of this video, you guys. And again, thank you all so much for your support. I love you all very, very much. I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. Lots of cool new stuff coming out on the channel. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you all tomorrow for another Daily Astro Show. Bye, everyone.